Previously, during Princess Lewellyn's Golden Crow ceremony, she abruptly fell from the high tower. Duke Almondite and King Bastian trembled with terror, while Queen Pamela and Lady Vivian smirked at Lewellyn's tragedy. However, the Asmodeus's Stigma rescued Lewellyn right away by forming a protective barrier around her body, causing the civilians and royalty to cheer Lewellyn's name with admiration and pride. And as Lewellyn disclosed that she fell because there was a venomous snake inside the holy fruit, Pamela became enraged and rebuked the princess for creating chaos with her false accusation. But in an instant, Almondite arrived and presented the evidence, requesting Bastian to punish the culprit behind Lewellyn's assassination attempt. In response, Bastian commanded Tristan to capture the culprit, declaring that the punishment would be execution. So, let's dive into the chapters 73 and 74 of the manhwa, The Secret Bedroom of the Forsaken Princess. As Lewellyn and Almondite proceed to return to their palace in heavy rain, Almondite observes her continuous sullen expression and asks if she is truly alright. Receiving no answer, he inquires if she is angry with him or something, adding that he knows when she bites her lips, it means she is angry. Almondite then expresses his frustration, noting that what annoys him even more is that she is hiding some unknown power from him. It also angers him to see Lewellyn very close to Patron Ernell. Lewellyn's persistent silence causes to lose his composure, and he begs Lewellyn to please tell him something. Meanwhile, she is totally immersed in her deep thoughts, imagining the gruesome expression on Almondite's face. She swiftly closes her eyes in nervousness, and by drooping her head, she reflects on why he acted as if he was about to lose everything. She then shifts her sullen gaze towards the worried Almondite and becomes enraged at noticing his pitiful expression for her. As she addresses him as Almondite springs up, stating if she wants to say something, he is totally ready to hear it. Nevertheless, Lewellyn does not utter a single word after calling him by his nickname for a moment. Breaking the ice, Lewellyn boldly declares that she will never forgive Almondite, even if he tries to come near her with his tricks. Almondite jolts heavily at her declaration and droops his head in sorrow, whereas Lewellyn asks why he does not want to leave her when she has treated him so coldly, questioning what he wants to accomplish by getting married to her. Almondite delivers a depressed smirk, reminding that she knows how much he loves her, but she is simply trying to neglect his feeling, expressing that he just wants to keep his promise to her that they made in childhood. To this, Lewellyn springs up in anger, yelling, "What promise is he talking about?" Hearing this, Almondite maintains his silence for a bit and then turns his face to hide his expression. His abrupt reaction prompts Lewellyn to shout at him again, inquiring why he is behaving like that. In response, he mentions that he committed a crime that he cannot pay her even with his life. However, she notices something odd in his hand and as realizes it, she cannot stop her stream of tears. She extends her hand and swiftly grabs his arm, which clearly jolts Almondite. Lewellyn finds an animal bite on it and confirms that Almondite was bitten by that venomous snake while protecting her, conveying that she never wanted anything like this to happen to Almondite. Perplexed, Almondite asks if she is worrying about him, making her realize that she is again swayed by her feelings. Vehemently denying his words, she states that he is so annoying. But he remains calm and says it is not a big deal, as he is already blessed. This infuriates her even more, shouting that she really hates all his actions and wants to kill him right now. After this statement, they both stare at each other with contradictory feelings in their eyes. Almondite then swiftly grabs her hand and brings her chest close to his face, requesting Lewellyn to please let him stay like this for a while. Dear viewers, apologies for the interruption. If you're genuinely enjoying the content on this channel, please consider hitting the subscribe icon with all notifications, since this little support of yours will help this creator continue delivering high-quality work to brighten your day. And take a moment at the end of the video to leave a comment, sharing your thoughts on the content. Your feedback means a lot. Now, let's not take up too much of your time and jump back into the story. Her eyes widen as she observes Almondite's strange behavior. Meanwhile, Almondite softly addresses Lewellyn by her first name and expresses that he loves her so damn much that he himself does not know what to do with this feeling. Instantly, Lewellyn feels an electric shock through her body, indicating that the Asmodeus stigma has activated. The stigma then takes control over every part of her body, visible through her eyes, which now reflect desire. The environment inside the carriage falls into complete silence for a bit. Speaking softly, Lewellyn asks if Almondite really loves her that much. To this, he responds that she already knows his answer, so why does she keep asking the same question? Hearing Almondite's feelings, Lewellyn slides her waist onto his thighs and brings her glamorous face close to his perplexed one, questioning if his words are really true. She challenges why Almondite does not embrace her defenseless body right away to prove his love for her. Yet, Almondite's close contact with Lewellyn's awakened stigma spells him with its power. Captivated, he accepts her challenge, suggesting her to gear up for their wonderful night. To this, she moves her lips close to him by sliding her hands behind his neck, and as she takes the lead and tries to put a romantic kiss on his lips, Almondite abruptly holds her hand and prevents Lewellyn from kissing, demanding her to first reveal her real identity to him. Listening to his words, Lewellyn simply glances at Almondite with a predatory gaze. Brushing off his question, she claims she does not understand what he means. In response, Almondite informs that the Lewellyn he knows would never charm someone like that. He adds that her current behavior is totally strange because when she slept with him for the first time, she said it was just to shame him. To this, Lewellyn teasingly inquires if he is saying that he wishes to sleep only with the real Lewellyn. Suddenly, she grabs his hand and starts licking his thumb again and again, and by intensifying the Stigma's power, she addresses him as Almond, declaring she is the real Lewellyn. She then proceeds to tear off her lower dress, causing him to hide his face in embarrassment. However, she brings her body even closer to him, asking why he is sweating so much when he has already done this with her. Plus, by recalling the past when they first indulged in these activities at the glass house, Lewellyn reveals that Almondite's kisses at that time truly satisfied her. Hearing this revelation, his cheeks clearly turn crimson red, continuously intensifying the Stigma's strength. She states if he does not see her as the real Lewellyn, it is okay, requesting him not to complicate things and simply embrace her body romantically. Perplexed, Almondite reflects deeply on why her body is releasing such a strong and sweet smell, muttering that this smell really makes his mind go numb. Almondite is interrupted by Lewellyn, who begs him to hurry as they will be at the palace soon. At complying, he takes the lead and extends his lips to kiss her. But before he can proceed further, the heavy storm distracts his attention, and as thunders crackle loudly, Almondite snaps out of the Stigma's influence and returns to normal. He then swiftly pushes Lewellyn away from his body, mentioning that her trick will not work on him anymore, as he already knows she is not the Lewellyn whom he loves very much. He adds that he will never embrace an imposter. Lewellyn becomes visibly pissed at hearing this statement. Besides, by removing his tight grip from her hand, she flops back to her seat, reflecting on how she tried to charm him but he still refused her, muttering how he can withdraw after intensifying her Stigma with his touch, causing her to suffer this alone. And as she confirms that the Stigma activates only when a man touches her body, she decides she has to call Tristan right away when she reaches back to the palace, because Almondite callously refused to do it. However, she remembers that Tristan went out to investigate the assassination, adding that she cannot even call Ernell as he is with Tristan at the crime scene. She wonders if there is any other way to calm the Stigma or if she has to endure it until it subsides by itself. Meanwhile, the carriage stops as they both reach their destination, Lewellyn Palace. Almondite brings an umbrella and helps her step down from the carriage. But in an instant, the maids rush toward Lewellyn at full speed, crying heavily. Rosalie asks if she is all right because they heard that she had fallen, and as they surround her, they worriedly express that they are really worried about her. Lewellyn brushes off their concern and mentions that she wants to rest, asking them to leave. To this, the maids droop their heads, informing Lewellyn if she needs anything, she can call them. Breathing heavily, Lewellyn reflects that she has no choice but to fight her Stigma alone. Nevertheless, Almondite abruptly approaches her, speaking that he will not leave her until she tells him the whole truth, at which Lewellyn rebukes him, insisting there is nothing to explain, and if he doesn't want to sleep with her, he can leave. She then walks away, leaving Almondite behind in complete confusion. Later, inside the silent palace, Lewellyn struggles to walk properly, contemplating that she will have to find an unknown man to help her as she cannot endure it any longer. However, she notices Almondite silently following her. Noting this, she wonders if she should tell him the truth and ask for his help, but she dismisses her idea, muttering that she does not want him to see her in this state. Meanwhile, observing Lewellyn's trembling body due to her worsening condition, Almondite makes his decision, expressing that he will sleep with Lewellyn and satisfy her desire. As we wrap up today's segment, thank you for being with us until the very end. I'll be sharing fresh videos of this manga and exciting new series every weekend. Your support is invaluable, so please subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated. Your encouragement keeps the channel thriving, and I appreciate it immensely. Until next time, take care and goodbye.